In this segment, we'll discuss the importance of understanding animals' roles in ecosystems and provide an overview of the various ecological interactions and relationships that exist. Animals play a crucial part in maintaining the balance and stability of ecosystems. They are involved in a wide range of interactions with other organisms, including predation, herbivora, competition, mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. By examining these relationships, we can gain a deeper insight into the complex web of life and how all living organisms are interconnected. This knowledge is essential for effective conservation efforts and sustainable living practices. In this section, we'll delve into the components of an ecosystem, which can be broadly categorized into two main types: abiotic and biotic factors. Abiotic factors are the non-living components of an ecosystem, such as climate, soil, water, sunlight, and other physical and chemical elements. These factors influence the distribution and abundance of living organisms within an ecosystem, shaping the environment in which they live. On the other hand, biotic factors are the living components of an ecosystem, which include plants, animals, and microorganisms. These organisms are interconnected and constantly interacting with one another, forming complex relationships that contribute to the overall stability and function of the ecosystem. By understanding both the abiotic and biotic factors within an ecosystem, we can better appreciate the intricate web of life and the roles each organism plays in maintaining the balance and health of their environment. In this segment, we'll discuss the various types of ecological interactions that occur between animals and other organisms within an ecosystem. These interactions play a crucial role in shaping the structure and function of ecological communities. First, let's look at predation. Predation refers to the predator-prey relationship, where one organism, the predator, hunts and consumes another organism, the prey. This interaction is essential for maintaining the balance of populations within an ecosystem, as predators help control the abundance of prey species, preventing overpopulation and resource depletion. Next, we have herbivora, which involves plant-animal interactions. In this case, herbivores feed on plants, consuming various plant parts such as leaves, stems, or roots. This interaction can influence plant growth and distribution while providing herbivores with the necessary nutrients for survival. Competition is another important ecological interaction. It occurs when two or more organisms vie for the same limited resources, such as food, water, or territory. Competition can take place within the same species, known as intraspecific competition, or between different species, referred to as interspecific competition. This interaction can affect population dynamics and contribute to the process of natural selection, shaping the evolution of species over time. In this section, we'll discuss the concept of keystone species and their vital role in maintaining the stability and diversity of ecosystems. Keystone species are organisms that have a disproportionately large impact on their environment relative to their abundance. Their presence and actions significantly influence the structure and function of the community in which they live. For example, consider the role of sea otters in Pacific coastal kelp forests. Sea otters are a keystone species because they feed on sea urchins, which are herbivorous invertebrates that consume kelp. By keeping sea urchin populations in check, sea otters indirectly promote the growth and health of kelp forests. This, in turn, provides habitat and resources for a diverse array of marine life. Another example of a keystone species is the African elephant, which shapes savanna ecosystems through its feeding habits. As elephants feed on trees and shrubs, they prevent the landscape from becoming too densely wooded, which maintains open grasslands that support a variety of plant and animal species. In both of these cases, the keystone species play a critical role in shaping their ecosystems, and their removal can lead to significant shifts in community structure and a decline in biodiversity. In this segment, we will discuss trophic levels and food webs, which help us understand the flow of energy and nutrients through ecosystems. An ecosystem's trophic levels are the different positions organisms occupy in the food chain, based on what they eat and their role in the flow of energy. First, we have the producers, which are primarily photosynthetic organisms like plants and algae that convert sunlight into energy through the process of photosynthesis. Producers form the base of the food chain and provide energy for all other organisms in the ecosystem. Next are the consumers, which can be divided into primary, secondary, and tertiary consumers. Primary consumers, or herbivores, eat producers, while secondary consumers, which are typically carnivores, eat primary consumers. Tertiary consumers, also known as top predators, feed on secondary consumers. Consumers can also be omnivores, eating both plants and animals. Lastly, we have decomposers, like bacteria and fungi, which break down dead organic material and recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem, making them available for producers to use once again. Food chains represent the linear flow of energy from one trophic level to the next, while food webs more accurately depict the complex interconnections and feeding relationships among organisms in an ecosystem. Food webs help us visualize how energy and nutrients move through the environment, illustrating the interdependence of species and the importance of maintaining ecosystem balance. In this segment, we'll discuss the importance of biodiversity and the role of animals in maintaining ecosystem balance and resilience. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life forms in a particular area, encompassing the richness, abundance, and distribution of different species. High levels of biodiversity provide numerous benefits for ecosystems, including increased stability, productivity, and resilience to disturbances. Animals play critical roles in maintaining ecosystem balance by participating in various ecological interactions and relationships. For example, predators help regulate the size of prey populations, preventing overgrazing and promoting healthy plant communities. Herbivores, on the other hand, can aid in seed dispersal and promote the growth of new plants. Moreover, animals contribute to the cycling of nutrients within ecosystems through processes such as decomposition and waste production. Insect pollinators, like bees and butterflies, are essential for plant reproduction and the maintenance of diverse plant communities. And as we've previously discussed, keystone species can have disproportionately large effects on the structure and function of their ecosystems. The resilience of ecosystems is closely tied to their biodiversity. When faced with disturbances, such as natural disasters or human-induced pressures, ecosystems with high biodiversity are better equipped to recover and adapt. Diverse ecosystems have a greater variety of species that can fill essential roles, making it more likely that the system can withstand and bounce back from disturbances. In conclusion, animals play vital roles in maintaining ecosystem balance and resilience, making the conservation of biodiversity an important goal for the well-being of our planet. In this section, we will discuss the various ways humans impact ecosystems and the consequences for animal populations. First, habitat destruction and fragmentation are major threats to ecosystems. As humans clear land for agriculture, infrastructure, and urban development, natural habitats are lost or divided into smaller, isolated patches. This fragmentation can reduce the available resources for animals, restrict their movement, and increase their vulnerability to predation or competition. Second, pollution is another significant human impact on ecosystems. Pollutants, such as chemicals, plastics, and heavy metals, can contaminate water, soil, and air, posing serious threats to the health of animals. These pollutants can accumulate in animals' bodies, causing illness or death, and may even be passed up the food chain, affecting multiple species within an ecosystem. Third, overexploitation of resources and overhunting can lead to the decline of animal populations. Unsustainable fishing practices, logging, and hunting for bushmeat or the pet trade can quickly deplete populations of targeted species, disrupt food webs, and threaten ecosystem stability. Lastly, climate change is another critical factor affecting animal populations. As global temperatures rise and precipitation patterns shift, ecosystems and the species within them are being forced to adapt. Some animals may struggle to cope with these changes, resulting in population declines or even extinctions. Additionally, climate change can exacerbate other threats, such as habitat loss and the spread of invasive species. Conservation is vital for preserving the Earth's biodiversity and ensuring that ecosystems can continue to provide the services that humans and other organisms depend on. First, habitat preservation and restoration are crucial components of conservation. By protecting existing natural habitats and restoring degraded ones, we can provide animals with the resources they need to survive and reproduce. Habitat preservation can be achieved through the establishment of protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife reserves, while restoration efforts might involve reforestation, wetland rehabilitation, or the removal of invasive species. Second, strategies to protect endangered species are an essential part of conservation. These can include captive breeding programs, translocation efforts, and habitat restoration targeted at specific species. Additionally, regulating the trade in endangered species and cracking down on poaching can help to reduce threats from overhunting and illegal harvesting. Lastly, community-based conservation and ecotourism can play an important role in protecting ecosystems. By involving local communities in conservation efforts and providing economic incentives for sustainable resource use, we can help to ensure that both human needs and environmental goals are met. Ecotourism, in particular, can generate revenue for local communities while promoting the value of biodiversity and the importance of conservation. In summary, understanding the role of animals in ecosystems and the complex ecological interactions they engage in is essential for effective conservation efforts and sustainable living. By appreciating the interconnectedness of all living organisms and the delicate balance that exists within ecosystems, we can work towards preserving the Earth's biodiversity and ensuring the continued availability of the vital services that ecosystems provide.